Accumulator 1. Accumulator 1 Czech. Accumulator 1 is a 1994 film directed by Jan Svěrák. The film won the grand prize at the 7th Yubari International Fantastic Film Festival in February 1996. It won the Audience Award at the Tromsø International Film Festival in 1996. Plot. After a young surveyor, Olde Peter Foreman, watches himself on television, and his colleagues Slezak Bolik Polovka steals his love interest Jitka Teresa Prognorova, he is suddenly completely without energy and ends up unconscious for 3 days. In hospital, he meets Jan Svěrák, a healer who is visiting his neighbor, Mikulik Jerry Kodit. After leaving hospital, he works on his energy problems with Svěrák, who shows him how to take energy from his surroundings, especially wood. When Mikulik dies, they go to inspect his body. They are interrupted by his daughter Anna Edita Brichta, who displays antagonism towards Svěrák. Svěrák continues his tests on Olde with some other healers. They witness a teacher on television, struggling to express himself, as Olde did. We then witness an alternate universe in which alternate versions of people on television party raucously using energy sucked from their real-world counterparts. Back in the real world, Olde visits Anna at work and they go for coffee together. Despite meeting a drunken Slezak in the cafe, they click, and Olde drives Anna home. They admit their feelings for each other and progress to the bedroom to make love. However, Olde accidentally turns the television on, and his energy is again sucked from him, at which point he realizes the truth. When he visits Svěrák to tell him, he meets the teacher from the television, who has reached the same conclusion. The teacher heads to the High Tatras to escape televisions, while Olde stays in Prague to be near Anna. The teacher comes into contact with a television even in the High Tatras and appeals to Svěrák for help, who joins him. The next time he is at Anna's, Olde suggests marriage, but then discovers that she has a daughter. She tells him to meet her at the opera the next day if he wants to keep seeing her. In the meantime, he buys several remote controls as protection. Back at his flat, he meets Jitka, who complains about Slezak and propositions him. He rejects her and goes to meet Anna at the opera Nabucco, where he has trouble staying in his seat due to fluctuating energy levels. After the opera, they drive back to Anna's, with Olde struggling to avoid televisions on the way. During a power cut that evening, Olde formulates a plan to overcome his condition by flooding the television with energy. The next day, Olde collects as much energy as he can from his surroundings. In the evening, Anna and Olde go to her work party, but Olde is preoccupied. Eventually, he leaves to carry out his plan. He is interrupted by Slezak, who is looking for Jitka. Olde continues undeterred and, on a bridge near his house, uses a stockpile of wood in his flat to overwhelm the television set with energy. When the dust settles, his television alter ego has appeared. They embrace and merge. Slezak, who had broken into Olde's flat by the time of the explosion, is arrested. The next morning, Olde phones Anna to apologize, and it is presumed that their relationship will proceed normally. Cast: Peter Foreman as Olde Saukop, Edita Brichta as Anna, Jan Svěrák as Svěrák, a natural healer, Marian Labuda as the teacher, Bolik Polovka as Slezak, Teresa Prognorova as Jitka, Jerry Kodit as Mikulik, Marketa Froslova as Annika, Ladislav Smoljak as caretaker, Danila Kolarova as Mrs. Fisarkova, Rudolf A. Trusinski Jr. as Petricek, David Collar as the cowboy, Robert Kodim as the Indian, Nada Safratova as Gabriela, Ivo Kaspar as Pistek,